Hello, welcome to my morning routine. My morning routine is you wake up, I walk to work, put on the coffee, set up the studio, and wait for Lauren to come in just before I start from her run. What's your morning routine? After her run, she'll use movements like this to restore, and I'll use movements as we described this morning to recharge and have fun. First, let's talk to hands and think about your feet and toes as you're doing it. While we're on the floor here, open up the fingers wide. Finger, toes. Okay. Place those fingertips down onto the ground first, then get to that first knuckle line. This is like your demi point when you're on your ground, when you're from standing. So from here, wide open fingers, and try to press all 4 of those demi point knuckles into the ground. Then connect the palm, acting as the arch of the foot, and finishing with the heel of the hand. Grab the floor with tension, push into the ground, pull with your fingertips, create tension between yourself and the ground here, and think about how we can use that same protocols in regards to our feet in our balance practice. To get up, let's go to those demi points. Like in our ballet shape, try to avoid the bent knee. Wrists and ankles that are stacked, avoiding that sickled shape. And for a couple more, full hands on the ground and press to that demi point, connecting the index all the way across. In this case, the thumb will come up, but in regards to the foot, the big toe is very important. Let's go there. Okay, then we'll go to those points. And in those points, again, avoid those sickled shapes in the ankles and stay nice and strong. And one of the most challenging positions as we get into the warm-up will be the flexed position over on that ankle. The arch might say the hello, and the front of the top of the hand here might love that pleasant stretch. Let's stand up, warm up the feet, and think about those parts of your hand wrist as part of the foot and ankle. Come on up anyhow you got. From here, we'll start in that parallel position. Stand off to the side, Standing in the parallel position, press knees over toes, just hang out here a little bit. Maybe hike a hip, hikes and twists, little hula hoops in there. Get familiar with that, and then stand up. From here, let's pull the heel off the floor, demi point, point, and then flex over on top. Come back to the point, to the demi point, and drive the heel low and extend the hips forward. Repeat, pull off the ground, demi point to point, flexing over, point, ball of foot, hip extension as the heel comes down. Everything for twos, one more time in the parallel position. Point, flex, stay tall, keep those ribs down, buttocks engaged, and strong. Last time on this side, pull it off the ground, point, flex, point, demi, and heels. From here, we'll do that external rotation in the hips, pivoting to that first position. And from here, just one little plie, go knee bends, cues for plies, standing in front of that mirror or wall, as well as there's one right behind you, making sure your bum doesn't stick out too far. From here, stand up. And the same thing with the feet, 2s and 2s each side. Pull that energy off the ground, point, flex over, point, demi point, heel. Pull that energy off, demi point, to flex, and returning tall. 2s of everything, so last time, demi, point, flexing over, and drive down. And last time this side, over, point, down, drive. From here, Tendu, or take that step open to that second stance. Maybe it's 2 shoulder widths or something similar to that. And from here, just 1 repetition again. Let's pull ourselves down into our squat plie. Upper body nice and tall. Hips tucked under. Feet driving into the floor. And then here again, maybe just a little bit of a hip hula to get warmed up in there. And then press down to stand tall. Transition weight to one side. I'm going to choose my right. So pressing through the left to the demi point. Now from the demi point to a full point, and try that for 8 repetitions or so, pushing down, pulling up, pushing down, pulling up, Engage glutes, straight knees the whole time, and feel that arch foot strength develop. Last one or two there. That's a really good burn. Pull down. Transition across. We're on that demi point over here now. To the full point, balls of feet. Full point, balls of feet. Repeat a couple more repetitions. 8 is nice, 10. Build that strength and endurance through those arches and toes. Heel down, and then assemble together. How you doing? Let's get that upper back going just a little bit with our 2 variations of our folds today to the ground. First, there's the tying your shoelace fold. That one would start with your head, neck looking up to the ceiling. The chin tucks in, the crown goes high, and we stay nice and tight together. And not only are we tying our shoelace, we're tying it together in a phone booth, so the quarters are super cramped here, trying to flex the spine while staying nice and tall in the legs. Reverse that by pulling up, nice and control. The chin is the last one to move. We extend through the spine first, finish with the head, neck. Repeat that one more time. Top down, crown high, chin low. Flexing through the spine or rib cage, stiffening knees, but then again, letting them bend if they need to. Walk towards the floor, and this time, walk out into our high plank. High planks are our staple core exercise for this practice. Cues for that include wide open hands, straight elbows, press into the floor, hips higher than you ever thought in phys ed there. Pull those hands to your knees. 3, 2, then just slowly walk back up and stack through the fold to tall. Second fold variation is looking in the fridge. Okay, well, for that one, we're going to keep the face looking forward, hinging in that long spine, lengthening out, and then nice and slow top down, flexion, 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 in, and then we'll pull ourselves back up. Repeat that one more time. For this one, lead with the face, face forward, extending the spine like a telescope, and then nice and control, flexion, all the way through the spine, and then back up to tall. Let's do it. It's time to go to the bar. Let's work on our first plie series, and following that, with time on the floor for core, and nice port de bras to keep things light for the shoulders. Use your balance aid. I have one on either side of the room here, so I'll switch between. But we'll start with our feet in our first position. Pull the heels together, hand again in that first, out to the side, hips, your call. Pull those heels together, press tall. Pull those heels together again, and press tall again. Pull one more time. This time, we'll pull so low the heels may come up off the floor, and then connect the heels, open, return. Open that second stance, repeat. Pull the heels together, descend in the plie, press to tall. Pull low, press tall. And for the third, we'll pull. Perhaps those heels come up, and then they drive, and we open. And let's close that back up. Shake it out for just a second. Repeat that drill one more time. 3 plies in first, 3 plies in second, with the balance on that third rep. So from parallel, pivot heels, extend those hips forward. Pull yourself low, and extend to tall. Then next, repeat this third one here, pulling tension to the ground, pulling away from the floor to get low, drive heels down, open to the side. Repeat again, pulling down, pressing tall. Pulling ourselves down, growing tall again. This time we'll continue the pull with the heels leaving the floor as a maybe, and then drive down and up and close. Shake that out. Let's perform our phone booth or our flexion through the spine hinge first. Forward fold, sorry. Look up, crown high, chin low. Controlled articulation of that spine as we go to the floor. From here, we'll walk out, set up our high plank, And for 10 seconds, create tension by pulling, bracing, and breathing. Go. 10. Squeeze your butt. Pull your armpits down. Push into the floor. Chin tuck. 4 more seconds. Bum squeeze. Knees down. And just rest for a second. If you feel the need to go into child's pose for rest, we might be using your low back too much in the plank. Bring those ribs to hips. Squeeze your buttocks. And brace for tension and control. Last one. High plank. 10 seconds. Create tension with stiff elbows. Those hands from the warm-up are gripping the floor. We're squeezing our buttocks again. Bracing. Making it the ultimate plank challenge. And then from there, heels towards ground. Walk yourself back. Nice and control. Pull yourself up. And shake it out. I'm going to switch bars. Just a little bit of a change of scenery here. Over here, let's work from parallel first. Where does your full foot get on the floor? Then pull it back under the hip. Then where could it get to the full foot? Then the demi and back. And full foot, demi, point, back. Articulate along the floor. Let's let those cramps happen in the feet. Change your shape. Let's go. Hands wherever you wish. Where does that front foot go? Keeping this tall leg unmoving and extended and strong. And then under. And then a full foot towards that demi. It should be able to reach just a little bit further. Then pull on the ground under the hip. Repeat one more time in the front. Full foot, check. Demi point, check. Towards that pointed foot. And pull into the ground again, extending the hip tall. Repeat the same to the side. Full foot with that external rotation so that inseam's shooting forward. And then pull in. The full foot towards that demi point right there. And then pull in, parallel feet. And then open one more time, oops, through the full foot to the demi, to the point, and then pull all the way back in. Let's repeat one more time to the front and the side. Stay tall, front foot, flat as can be, stiff knees always, bring it in. Extend to the front, and then to the demi, and then press into the floor and grow tall. One last time to the front with the full foot, the demi point, finish with the toe point, pull, standing taller as you do. Last time to the side, full foot, probably won't go far, and then in, out to the side, full foot to that demi, and in, and repeat last one, full foot, demi point, pointed toes, down, connect, and grow tall. Whew, you can switch around, or switch the chair to the other side, but I'm going to come over here and do the same thing. Full foot articulation to the front, side, repeat twice. From parallel, tall, connect the ribs. This side of the room, it's a little bit weird sometimes, so got to square up. Lots to think about. Focus on the feet and the rib cage staying down. Let's go, full foot. Where does it go? Is that other butt cheek squeezed? Extend the hip back under. Straight leg out front, then to that ball of foot, then full foot underneath. One last time in the front. This time we'll finish with that toe point, and then on the return, connect the balls of the feet, the heel, and pull. Open up to the side, and a full foot, return underneath. Open to the side, and a full foot, towards demi point, and return. And then last to the side, let's do that again. To the side with a full foot, it's hard. Balls of feet, then finish with the toe, and then pull underneath, center. Last one to the front. Ball of feet, included the toes and the heels stay flat, and under. Everything's flat for now, and then you finish with that demi point, knees straight and extended, underneath. Then out to the front with a flat, demi, finish with that point, give this butt cheek a little extra squeeze, and then pull underneath and tall. Last time to the side, a full foot, challenge it, where can it reach, and under, and then the full foot transition to the demi point, pull under, and then out to the side, demi, finish with the toe point, pull underneath, and return under the hips. Little wiggles are always my friend too, so shake that out. Did that refrigerator cue make sense? You open the door and you look in a little bit. Maybe, maybe not. It is a difficult move. This flat back fold, not very easy, but think of that telescope extending away from the hip center, forward, and then a flex shape to take the load off. Feet narrow. From here, I'm going to extend like that telescope away. My hips are staying over top of my buttocks, my hips over top of my feet there. From here, nice and control the low back rounds, the mid back rounds, finishing with the head neck, and then we'll fold back up. Repeat one more time, and then transition to the floor after. Again, that telescope, hips are squeezing here, not moving, lengthening out, and then bending that low back, finishing with the upper back. Let's walk out to that fold. This time, we'll modify the first set. Let's get on those knees if we need for 10 seconds. 10, 9. Modified positions are wonderful because they let you think about other things. So regress your skills for a couple more seconds in this modified position, and then relax. Lumbar extension, avoid that child's pose. Take a moment. How's it going? Extend this task by a 3-point plank with me if you need, or modify with the kneeling variation. Point to toe, pull those hands to feet, squeeze your buttocks, pull up the kneecaps, and for 2 more seconds, hold tension. Next, switch, same thing, 3-point plank, other side. Pull those hands to the foot in the back like a super strong tripod, shooting energy out of that toe in the back, and then knees down. Whew, take a moment, and then nice and control. Walk up and stack. I've missed one element of our bar practice here that I shared in the warm-up, and that's that port de bras. Maybe that's because it's probably the hardest part of the practice for me. I'm working on that grace as well. Let's start with our feet in first, hips extended nice and tall. Arms in our first position. From here, the shoulder blades sit flush and armpits low as you reach to the front. From here, we'll trace a single arm or hand looking over to the side, and then the chin connects to the collarbone as we go through center. Repeat, looking at the hands with the head neck to the front, open to the side, palms turned down slightly, and then nice and control. The chin may connect to the clavicle, and then return. Repeat one more time each way, through center. Those armpits are low, shoulder blades flush to the body, and nice and control. One more time out to the front, and then out to the side. And then that nice control. Center, and then wiggle it. Wiggle. All right, plies, balances. Okay, we checked that out. It's time for those hip bars or that rond de jambe exercise. For that, today, may we start in that first position. So in first, pivot on heels, extend those hips through. Outside leg to the front. Use that articulation we built in the previous drill. From here, open up to that second position with that inseam facing forward. With the hips extended forward, take the leg around the back, hug it together, flex over toes, and return to your first position. Repeat in the reverse direction. Extend the hips through, reach out the back, finish with the toe point, open up, external rotation to side, then to the front, then press into the floor, drive tall with that hip extension through. Repeat one more time. To the front, articulating through, perhaps lift off the floor an inch or two. Then from there, open up to the side. Is your knee still straight? That's a cue for me too. Then turn in on that hip as you reach around to the back, hips forward, tap down, straight knees. That's another cue for me. Finish in first. Repeat one last time to the back. Cramp the standing leg, stiffen the mobility leg here that's moving, and we'll open up that second, and from second to first, and connect to the floor. And maybe finish in a nice, beautiful first position, create some tension, and say, okay, with years of practice, I'll come back there. Other side, so you can do your spinorama or switch your chair. leg bars, rond de jambes, other leg. First, check. There we go. Now, stiff legs, articulate through the floor to the front. Then open to the side. That internal rotation on the hip with the hip still facing forward, the legs to the back, and pull along the floor to close. Extend the hips forward. Reach out the back with that straight leg always, and then open up from back to side, side to front, and under the hip. Add a little bit of airspace under there if we need. This time as you go the last time to the front, off the ground a little, stiffen knees, extend hips, rotate, nice and control. Always to the back, tap down, stiffen knees, close in first, and repeat one last time to the back with straight knees, off the floor a little, open up to second, second to first, first to tap, and close. Check out that first, refine it with time. Next, the fold to the ground here. Start with your head neck in that extension. Crown of head high, chin low, flexion through the spine. Modifications include the knee bend, staying nice and tight. Challenge yourself to do it standing against the wall. From there, walk out. Let's go 3-point planks or knees, regular, your call. Work towards your strengths and or improve your weaknesses. Point your toes. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to switch if we're up here on those toes. For those on 4 points or 6 on the modified knees, put them all down and relax. Whew, that 6-point comment might have kind of thrown you off a little bit, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're on our 4-point plank. And for one last time, join me on that 3-point plank here. 5 more seconds. The hands and the knees are pulling together. We'll tap that down. We'll switch. Same thing. Is your core shaking like mine is? 3 and 2. Toes down. Walk yourself back and fold. Back up. Wiggles are friendly. Porter bra number 2. Take your feet into the parallel and then first position. Open up to second. Arms down low. And from here, we'll travel through first, now towards 5th, looking up. And now look over at a hand. Trace it through that second position, back down low, repeat. Through the gateway in the front, all the way to 5th, looking at those hands, out to the side, and then down. One more time, to the front, and then looking up. Pause here. Which way are your hands facing? They should be like little mirrors, and I'm borrowing all of my ballet instructors' cues, so thank you. Little mirrors looking at you. Look at yourself, look at yourself. Oh, you gotta look at yourself this way instead. It's your belly button. One last time, up to the top. Little mirrors looking at you there. Turn the palms down. Trace it with the head, neck. Return in center. And wiggle. I gotta look at my list here, I'm sorry. This, yes, okay. The grand battement, some quick stuff. But before we get the battement, let's just do a little set of dégagés and use your bar if you need, or could you challenge yourself in center today for that as well? Arms in first, arms in second, arms on your balance aid as you need, or maybe even on your hips. Repeat after me. Out to the side and in. And then out to the side and in. Out to the side and in. Out to the side and in. We're using that articulation across the floor, pressing down to point those toes, and then pulling along the floor to assemble together. 8, 8, 4, 4, 2, 2. Gonna get that heart rate going. Let's check it out. In 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2. Done, done, done. Ready to do it again? 2, 4, 2, 4, 8 this time. Let's start with that right side first. 2 repetitions. 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8, 7. Breathing. 3, 2, 1, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Shake that out. That get it going? I hope so, because it gets it going for me. So I hope we're doing the same things at home there. Now let's go back to that balance aid. In your first position, ground battement. Tendu to the front first. From here, lift it up, tap it down. Lift it up, tap it down. Now let's lift it up and hold it for 4 seconds. 3, 2, lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, down. Repeat 4 of those. We're going to lift in 3, 2, 1, lift. 3, 2, 1, down. And lift. 3, 2, 1, down. And last one, lift. 3, 2, 1, down. And close. Wiggle it. Switch yourself. Same thing from first position. Tendu to front. Lift it, hold it. 3, 2, 1 it. Tap it. Let's do that 3 more times, but a 4-second hold out front. In 3, 2, 1, lift, hold. 3, 2, 1, down. And up, hold. 3, 2, 1, down. And hold. 3, 2, 1, down. And close. Whew. That's a sweaty one. That's a sweaty one. That's a fast way to do it. Let's do it out to the side as our last exercise with the bar. From standing, and we'll do that développé style, out to the side, nice and slow, nice and control. Grab on, feet in first, check. From here, grab tension from the floor and pull to that ankle. Then extend, hold for 3, 2, 1, tap down, pull heels together, and repeat. Stay at that ankle if that's new, or challenge yourself towards that retiré position at the knee. And again, hold, extend, 2, 1, down. Last repetition on this side, extend through, pull up off the floor, coup de pied, stay there if you need. Retiré, check it, a little higher if you need, to show off a little bit, and hopefully it looks okay here, not just trying. 2, 1, tap down, pull in, shake it. Felt pretty good, so I'm gonna have to check that video replay. The mirror, I hate admitting it, the mirror in front of you really helps, builds that body awareness, but you still have to add your tension to make sure that position is owned. Last time, from parallel to first, extend those hips through, pull off the floor to the ankle, extend those hips forward, and extend the knee to the side, and hold for 2, 1, pull in. Taps, pull to the ground. Repeat, up to the ankle, stay there if that's new, challenge yourself towards that retiré, and extend the knee, and hold for 3, 2, tap down with an extended leg, pull together in first, and last repetition, ankle, towards knee, keep those hips forward, and nice and control, extend and hold for 2, 1, tap, pull, wiggle. Amazing. Come on down the ground with me for one more stretch as we finish today's practice. From all fours, take your knees, open them just a little bit wider. For the rest of this drill, I'll just do a quarter turn. Stay as you are. So we're on our knees. We opened up a little bit and then try to get those feet flat. From here, maybe get on our elbows and just slowly start pushing our buttocks back. We can pull ourselves forward. We can adjust the knees just a little bit as we press back again. Now, take a single arm and just nice and control, reach it through. Thread that needle, looking straight down, neutralizes that head and neck, and just stretches out that rib cage back a little bit more. Nothing wrong with a look though, but standardizing looking down is nice too. Repeat back towards that planks position. Take the other arm, push it through. The head could move, or keep the head center, rotate through that rib cage upper back, and repeat here. Have fun in the frog, stretch those hips, watch some of our warm-up series for more progressions and regressions on our favorite skills. Thank you very much for being part of my morning routine. I enjoy our time together at the bar, in the center, or here on the floor, learning about our finger toes, wherever parts of the body that actually is. Thank you for following. My name's Ian. This is Bars and Bells. We'll see you soon. Take care. See ya. Mess that up. We'll get that right the next time. It's all practice. Bye.